I think I've interviewed around 300 traders on my podcast so far. I've been going on for a few years. Just published the 446th episode, I believe, last week. And that's a lot of people I talk to. There's a lot of traders I've asked questions to. I've kind of gathered their knowledge over time. And one of the questions I asked to many traders I interview on my podcast is, what is the number one skill you think traders need to succeed in trading? I've got some answers. Today I'll share with you the 5 top skills I've heard that traders believe good traders need to have to succeed in trading. So we'll dive right in. This is one of those questions where the answers are so common, it's easy to make a top 5, even maybe a top 3 I could probably do well, of skills good traders need to have to succeed in trading. It's very funny that they all have the same answers to this. Some will be obvious to you, some will be not obvious, so we'll go through step by step them all. First one is patience. Now this is an easy one. Of course you need patience for trading. You need to be able to wait for the right trades. You need to be able to wait for things to unfold, like having good expectations for trading. You cannot just come in and expect you'll be a millionaire next week. That stuff doesn't work really well. So being able to wait for things to happen, being able to wait for reaching your goals, like a lot of people think they can just go and put in a lot of money into their account. They go from $10,000 to right away $5 million, and then they trade and they can do really well with it, but that never happens. The issue is that if you start to manage a lot of capital really quickly, you won't be able to handle it. You have a lot of issues with your mindset, it'll be tougher to execute, you'll second guess yourself all the time. So having patience to go through that process, to be able to wait for things to happen, so maybe you make a plan on how you want to scale up. Maybe you go from 10K to 15K, then you go from 15K to 20K or 25K, and you slowly increase over time. Having that patience is really tough because it forces you to kind of take a step back, go slower than you want to go, especially if you're like really driven, you want to get things done, you want to get results. This is tough to do, very difficult. But I've realized over time that a lot of people don't want to wait for the right trades too. They want to jump in the market, they want to be into it. They would rather have a trade in than wait for the right trade to come and take that right trade later on. People expect that if you want to be a good trader, you got to take the trades, you got to be in the market. And that's just not the case sometimes. Sometimes my best periods of trading are where I don't take any trades. How? Well, it's simple. It's because of the fact that if I took the trades, I would lose money a lot. And I don't lose money because I don't take the trade. So I'm saving a lot of losses there. And that's a really good point. It's not just about chasing the trades, it's about avoiding the losses and being able to stay flat or stay at zero when you could be taking many losses and be in the market and be active. I would much rather be at zero than try to fight and lose money in the market. Before we get further into this video here, I've got a training for you. That is a paid training we've done for students a while back about how to really be compliant in trading. So how to be disciplined all the time. We had this group training where we talk about how to really focus on the right things, a few things you can do every day to be compliant to your plan, to follow your trading plan, follow your rules, make better decisions, adapt to the market. And it's going to really be a good follow-up to this video here. So click the link below, open this to a new tab. Don't skip this video yet because there's a lot of good value coming up in this video, but you want to open this to a new tab using the link below, the first link, and you'll be able to grab that training for free, learn about discipline, learn about trading mindset, a few more things, and it's going to be good value for you. So click the link, open this to a new tab. Don't quit this video yet. There's a lot coming up and let's keep going. All right, the second one here on the list is persistence. Now that's a fun one. Persistence, perseverance are pretty much the same thing in my opinion. Being able to get back up when you fail. Now that's a big hit. Imagine doing that, right? I know a lot of people have done that in the past. Some people would do it. They have to go back to a job and then they quit trading. They don't want to do it anymore. It's too hard for them. But then they're not persevering enough. Being able to take a step back and really kind of look at your goals, what you want to achieve, and then do whatever you need to do to get to those goals. It's very hard, but it's a skill that traders need to have, I believe, to succeed. A lot of people said that. They went through tough times, they went through difficult periods in their trading or in their life where they wanted to quit, or they were close to quitting trading and they almost quit for good. Maybe they quit for a few months. Then they went back and they did the work and then they got results. That perseverance is very big. It's a big key to success in any field. I don't think it's possible to never have bad trades or never have like a tough time, like never have a losing period when you start. Some people don't have it. They have it later in their career. But if you don't have a tough time in the beginning, if you don't kind of go low at first, it's very hard to go back up and succeed afterward. All right, number 3 on this list is one that I really had a hard time with before. I think it's a tough one. Being adaptable, so adaptability. What this means is you gotta be willing to adapt to the market. You gotta be willing to adapt to new changes. We see this now these days with, especially prop firms have been changing platforms. Right? A lot of prop firms went from MT4 or MT5 to a different platform like DXTrade or MassTrader or whatever that is. And people are screaming, this is crazy, the platform's changing, I'm not going to be able to trade well. I've got all my setup into MT4, MT5, I can really change this up to a new platform. People are not able to adapt. Now, most traders who succeed are able to adapt because the market changes, things change, the platforms change, the brokers change. There's going to be a lot of changes in the future. It's not going to be the same. And whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, you got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to sit down and figure out how do you fix things for the current situation. I spoke with a trader a few days ago who is a really good fund manager, trading a fund worth around $10 million now. And one thing he told me is that back in the day, like many years ago, when he used to trade for an exchange, was at the pit, he was trading really well. Then eventually everything went digital. The traders were laid off. They had to take a severance package. They had to start to trade on their own if they wanted to trade, to like be able to manage their own accounts. And at that time, he quit what he was doing before because the market changed, things were different. He couldn't adapt to how things were at the time, how the new reality was. Turns out he quit futures, went to Forex, did a good income in the Forex, but not as good as he was doing in futures. And one of his biggest regrets was that he would have just stick to futures and learn and adapt to the new reality of futures, the new market, the new ways to trade it that were different from in the pit. Had he done that, he was convinced he would have been a much better trader today, because now instead of doing that, he switched back to mini market, still made a really good living, still made awesome returns, set up a big fund, but he felt like he missed out on some things by not being able to adapt. So that is a very big key, to be able to look at what's happening in the market and adapt to it and change your plans or change the path you take to succeed in trading to this new reality of trading. Number 4, now we're getting very close to the end here, but don't quit because there's a few things that I gotta talk about that are very important here with these last 2 skills. And if you want to comment below, let me know what skills you think you need to succeed in trading, what skills you should have to be able to succeed and get results. If any of those in the list you relate to, or if anything is different, you think anything is needed, make sure you comment below as well, let me know your thoughts. And give a like to the video at the same time. It'd be appreciated to know that you like this video on this channel. Okay, we'll get to discipline. That's a very big key. Now, this is overrated though, I gotta say. People always talk about discipline. You gotta follow your rules, follow your plan, all that stuff. One thing I gotta say against this is that we can never force discipline, but it's still a skill you need to have to succeed in trading. Now, what this means is if you lack discipline in trading, it's because you lack discipline in other areas of your life. Now, if you get discipline in those other areas, then it's a lot easier to be disciplined in trading. Simple fact is if you get enough sleep, if you force yourself to get enough sleep every night, like you go to bed at the right time, you wake up at a decent time. Of course, you're gonna control everything that's happening at that time, like there's maybe a dog barking in the night, you wake up. Okay, these things are like, you cannot control them, or at least not all of them. So the key is being able to get the right framework, the right routine to be disciplined and stick to it. And then on the top of that, if you do this right, it's gonna be a lot easier to be disciplined with trading. But you cannot just have a bad lifestyle, bad habits, then you show up at trading like you're super disciplined, have good habits. That's very hard to do. Some people could do it, but in general, it's very tough to do. Part of it is having the right mental focus, so having enough energy to be able to trade the right way and follow your rules, follow your plan. But the other part is being able to set things up in your life so that you're able to be disciplined with trading. Now, the other thing that's happening though is that if you don't have a good plan or you don't really believe in your strategy, believe in your plan, it's very hard to stick to it, very difficult. If you really believe in it and you've tested it out, you know all the stats behind it, you know your win rate, you know your average win, you know your profit factor, you know what your equity curve should look like, then it's a lot easier to stick to it because you know you have some grounds for profitable trading. If you just pick something on YouTube, you start trading it right now today, you trade it right away without testing, then of course you're not sure if it's gonna work. So you might second guess your trades. You might kind of go back and forth, you might try to add a few things to it. The next trade you want to look for something else, the next trade you see the pattern against it, you don't take the trade. All these things will affect your trades and your results, and then of course your discipline, because you don't have a clear enough edge in the market. So very important to look into these things. I know discipline is overrated in trading. People say that's like one of the key. It definitely is, but you got to do things right outside trading first to get it right into trading. All right, last one, number 5 here on this list of the 5 skills. And don't leave because I've got a free bonus for you at the end. We're gonna talk about it in a few seconds. If you want to go deeper into these skills, be able to master them, learn more about the mindset of trading, really good training I'm going to share with you in a second here. But the 5th one is focus. Now traders will tell you this, that they needed to learn to focus on a few instruments on a few or one strategies, kind of build their edge in the market, but only with a few things. If you're a trader who wants to trade everything, you want to day trade, you want to scalp, you want to swing trade, you want to position trade, you want to invest your money at the same time, that's very difficult to do. You don't have any focus there. If you're a trader who wants to trade all possible assets, like you want to trade Forex, you want to trade cryptos, you want to trade futures, you want to trade stocks, options, also very difficult to do. You don't have any focus there. But if you're someone who has a very clear edge, maybe like one or two strategies, like very simple things that you know work, then you have a few instruments you focus on, like maybe a few pairs, a list of maybe anywhere from like 2 to 10 pairs you follow or you focus on. Maybe you add like one crypto into this, maybe you add like 1 or 2 indexes into this, then things are a lot more focused there. The more focus you have on something, the more you can control your results. Because the key benefit is you get more used to how the price moves. You get more used to the charts. When you have like all these different charts open and you look at all these different pairs, you can't really remember like what the price of a pair was or what the price of this index was or how did this index move yesterday. That's very hard to remember. But if you only have a few key pairs, a few key instruments, I'm talking pairs here because I'm a Forex trader by default, but it could be instrument, could be cryptos, could be stocks. If you got a few things and you focus on them, then you can get more used to them and you can really understand them better. And most of the traders I talk to, they would say that over time they kind of develop a feeling for how this instrument moves. They can see things happening better over time because they focus on a few things. The key, of course, is getting in some chart time and being able to find exactly where your edge is. Is your edge in some pairs? Is it in some instruments? Is it in some stocks? Is it in a few strategies? Is it in a few time frames? Being able to figure out what your edge is. Right now, for example, I'm doing daily chart trading mostly. I trade daily charts manually. So I've got a few pairs, actually a pretty lengthy list of pairs and indexes and Bitcoin into it, but not more than about 15 to 20 pairs that I trade overall. I've got 2 strategies I focus on with one slight variation. So it's like maybe 3 in total. But that's it. That's the only thing I trade. I'm looking to scalping. I don't day trade. I don't do a bunch of different things. I've got other strategies I can play with sometimes if I want to. But this is not my key, typical main trading. It's like only things on the side. I can add if I want to, if I've got time. If I want to practice day trading, I can add it to it. But it's not my key trading method at this point. It's not my key edge, my focus for now. Now, I promised you something special here at the end of the video, and I really want to make it big. A few months ago, we had a special training for our students only where we talk about how to get 100% trade compliance. So how to really take your trades, be disciplined, follow your plan all the time without any issues or questions. This was a big topic and we really focused on some keys to be able to make it right. How to build discipline, how to really be able to adapt to the market that are changing, how to be able to focus on a few key things you do every day to make it where you are disciplined when you take your trades. I decided to give you that training here for free because I think it's really important to master these things well and to understand them really well. And it's going to be a very good follow-up to this video over here. So check out the link below. The first link will be that training you can grab if you want to watch it and go through these lessons. There's a lot uncovered here. So you want to really check it out, take some time to take notes and use it to really master your growth. Again, this is a paid training, but it's free for you guys here on YouTube. Check out the link below. And we'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on how that training helped you. Hopefully it's going to make a big difference. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure you subscribe if it's not done yet. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.